Imagine being deep inside a sinking submarine, facing a frightening situation. As the submarine descends to great depths, the pressure from the surrounding water increases, posing a threat of implosion. Discovering what happens when a submarine reaches its maximum depth, known as crush depth, revealed surprising details. Explore the intriguing methods used to estimate implosion depth based on sound, the challenges of recovering bodies, a remarkable submarine crew rescue, and the fact that no one has directly witnessed a submarine implosion. Join us on Superstructures for this fascinating journey. On November 15, 2017, the Argentinian submarine ARA San Juan went missing off the coast of Argentina. A week later, the Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty Organization reported detecting a hydroacoustic anomaly 30 nautical miles north of the submarine's last known location. This anomaly occurred a few hours after the sub's last contact, suggesting a collapse of its pressure hull. The report included the depth of the submarine's hull collapse. How did they determine the implosion depth considering it occurred before reaching the ocean floor? In the event of an underwater implosion or explosion, the gas bubble inside the structure undergoes continuous collapse and expansion, creating the bubble pulse effect. By measuring the acoustic frequency of this pulse and knowing the volume of air inside the submarine, the depth of the collapse can be calculated. For ARA San Juan, the bubble pulse frequency was approximately 4.4 Hz, indicating an implosion depth of 1,275 feet underwater. This depth information helps estimate the energy released during the collapse, equivalent to a 12,500-pound TNT explosion. The submarine hull would have collapsed under the pressure of 570 psi at a speed exceeding 1,500 miles per hour. Indeed, the prospect of experiencing such an underwater implosion is terrifying. But the reality is that those who have tragically lost their lives in such incidents would not have had the time to feel or comprehend it. The human brain takes varying durations, ranging from 100 milliseconds to 2 seconds to register and perceive pain. This is due to the time it takes for the sensation to reach the brain and the subsequent processing delay. For instance, dull pains, like stubbing a toe, may take about 1 second for the brain to register the pain. However, acute pains such as burning fingers are sensed much faster, typically in hundreds of milliseconds. It's crucial to note that attempting such experiences is not advisable. The estimated time frame for the complete destruction of the pressure hull of ARA San Juan was about 40 milliseconds, which is less than half the time it takes for anyone on the submarine to consciously experience anything, including pain. Even if the crew was aware that a collapse was imminent, they never experienced it as it happened. Their deaths would have been instantaneous. Unfortunately, the bodies of those on board cannot be recovered. The collapse of a submarine's pressure hull shares similarities with a diesel engine, where the movement of the piston compresses air and diesel fuel rapidly. The extreme pressure can cause auto-ignition of hydrocarbon vapors in the air inside the sub. Whether ignition occurs or not, the extreme compression generates intense heat. The implosion force, coupled with a bubble pulse effect, ensures there are no bodies left behind to be recovered. In cases where submarines are sunk at depths up to 600 feet, crew members have the possibility of using special submarine escape immersion suits to protect themselves. These suits allow the crew to use an escape hatch or a torpedo tube for evacuation. The ascent from 600 feet takes about 3 to 4 minutes, but the experience is highly traumatic, involving panic, oxygen narcosis, and perforated eardrums. However, when the submarine is too deep for escape suits, the only chance of survival lies with a deep submergence rescue vehicle, such as the Russian Priz-class vessel. This titanium-hulled vehicle can rescue up to 16 people from depths of up to 3,200 feet. Some submarines like the Russian Typhoon class have escape pods, but their reliability in real emergencies has been questionable. The rescue attempt for the Russian Kursk nuclear submarine involved multiple submergence rescue vehicles, but unfortunately, the mission failed due to Priz's inability to dock onto the stranded submarine. Such complications highlight the challenges of submarine rescues. A remarkable rescue occurred with the USS Squalus in May 1939. During its 19th test dive, a malfunction caused flooding, sinking the submarine to the ocean floor. Cut off from communication, the crew released a buoy with a telephone, hoping for rescue. Sitting 243 feet below the surface, their sister boat, Sculpin, spotted the buoy, allowing brief communication before a snapped line ended further contact. Within 24 hours, rescue ships arrived with an experimental device, a rescue bell. A hard hat diver descended to connect a downhaul cable from a winch inside the rescue bell to the submarine. The bell was then lowered, precisely positioned above the submarine's hatch. Stranded on the ocean floor, the USS Squalus crew eagerly welcomed the rescuers. 7 sailors at a time entered the bell, brought to the surface in multiple trips. Despite the successful crew rescue, the US Navy spent 113 days salvaging the submarine itself, aiming to attach pontoons for its recovery. The process involved filling the pontoons with water for negative buoyancy, attaching them to the sub, and then pumping air to make the pontoons buoyant. During the first salvage attempt, the pontoons attached to the bow rose too quickly, causing it to slip out of the cables. Eventually, on September 13, 1939, USS Squalus was towed back to port. 25 bodies were recovered, but the 26th victim's body was never found. In less than a year, Squalus was repaired and recommissioned as USS Sailfish, serving during World War II. The crew were not allowed to mention Squalus while on the Sailfish. After decommissioning in 1945, the conning tower was placed in a park at Portsmouth Naval Shipyard, hosting memorial ceremonies each May. In the case of the Titan submersible lost on June 18, 2023, attempting to visit the RMS Titanic wreck, the implosion depth was nearly 10 times greater than that of ARA San Juan. The water pressure during the accident was 10 times higher. While we'll never know the crew's last moments, it's possible their final thoughts were joyful and exhilarating, untainted by the horror of what would happen milliseconds later. Thank you for diving into the depths with us. If you found this exploration of submarine implosions fascinating, give it a thumbs up, share it with fellow enthusiasts, and subscribe for more intriguing content. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to stay updated on our latest videos. If you have any topics you'd like us to explore in future episodes, let us know in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious and stay submerged.